Hello, Rizal here, and this is my first video review. Today we will be reviewing Chocobo's Dungeon for the Wii, and just to see where this game came from, here's a quick history lesson. Following the success of Final Fantasy VII, Square created the first Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon and its sequel, Chocobo's Mystery Dungeon 2 on the PlayStation. They were both released on 1997 and 1999 respectively. Both games featured the same gameplay, a RPG-esque dungeon crawl, also known as a roguelike. Now, after several years after the release of Chocobo's Dungeon 2, we finally have a new game in the series. The story in Chocobo's Dungeon is a mixed bag. The general story is very interesting, but is carried out with bad dialogue and bad voiceovers. The general story is this: you and Sid, a treasure hunter, drive through the desert to a tower to search for a great treasure. Once you arrive, however, you meet up with a group of competing treasure hunters, and they arrive moments earlier to claim the reward. But before they could leave with the treasure, you were all sucked in a vortex that takes you to the town of Lost Time. Over time, you realize that the clock tower bell is locking people's memories away, and the town is slowly forgetting them. At night, a meteor comes flying down and lands, revealing an egg. It soon hatches, and out comes a baby boy named Raffaello. In its egg is a necklace that allows you to go into people's mind and retrieve their lost memories. As you go through the game retrieving people's memories, you will learn the truth about the town. Again, this was a very good concept for the game's story, but it could have been so much better if the voiceovers and the dialogue were carefully thought out and planned instead of like this. The gameplay is truly where the game shines. Like I said before, it is a roguelike, a RPG-like dungeon crawl. Each person's mind acts like a dungeon that Chocobo goes into. Each time you go into one, the map is randomly generated with monsters, items, traps, and the staircase to go to the next level. The monsters only act when you act, taking a step when you take, so some strategy is needed. Items include claws to increase attack, saddles to increase defense, potions to heal yourself, and Gishal greens to remove hunger. Something that sets us apart from the other games is the new job system. Chocobo can now outfit himself in clothes that allow you to use new abilities and skills. Jobs include White Mage, Knight, Thief, and many more. Just like in most Final Fantasies, your job must be pre-selected before battle. They cannot be changed until the battle is over, meaning that you have to reach another crystal in the dungeon or start all over again. The new skills and abilities are very helpful in the dungeons, and each and every class is very unique in its own sense. Jobs level up as you collect job points, which are dropped by monsters. Each job has a maximum level of 8. Every time you level up with your job, you will receive new skills and abilities that will help you further in the dungeons. The controls for this game are perfect. That is, if you are using the classic configuration. 2 is the physical hit, 1 is to see where you are on the grid, A is to go through your menu, and the control pads for movement. It just feels so natural, and nothing needs to be changed about it. Let's talk about the difficulty for a second. First of all, this is not for kids. This game is pretty difficult by itself, and some of the extra dungeons are just really hard. For example, there's a dungeon that requires you to have 1 HP through the whole dungeon, and you cannot get hit or else you will die. Also, with the difficulty comes with the death. Dying in this game in any dungeon will have all your items disappear, except for the ones that you're equipped with. So all your potions, all your Gishal greens, all the stuff you found in the dungeons will be destroyed. Overall, the gameplay is just excellent. The learning curve is almost non-existent. The job system is awesome, and the difficulty is perfect. I really have nothing else to say about the gameplay other than it's just great. There's no denying it. Chocobo's Dungeon looks cute, but it doesn't mean it looks bad. In fact, it's one of the better looking games on the Wii. From the quiet farm to the bright town, it all looks good coming from your TV. The sound effects while battling are quite repetitive and annoying as you go through the dungeons. Having Chocobo chirp every time you attack can become annoying, but all that is made up by the amazing music. Most of the music is remixed from past Final Fantasies. Talk about nostalgia overload. Now I'll shut up finally and play one of my favorite tracks in the game. gameplay is great, and the music's great, but it still has a lot of flaws. So I give it an 8.5 out of 10. Seriously, if you are a fan of Final Fantasy, or you're a fan of any roguelike games, this is a great game. And for $40, this game shouldn't be missed. It's worth every penny. Thank you for watching my first video review. This is Rizalk. Goodbye.